Okay, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna kind of just pick and choose, like kind of go through it all weird. I think we're gonna start on the bottom and maybe just work our way up to the top, or maybe we'll, you know what? Let's just start off with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's a good game, man. This is a tough one. I'm thinking, I don't know. It's open world, the first 3D Zelda to be truly open world. The gameplay is just fantastic. I don't know. It's in the upper echelon for sure, if not SS. Just the open air style of gameplay. The story was a little lacking. It wasn't bad though. What was there was good. And just the premise of just the post-apocalyptic world for Zelda, it's just I don't know, and introducing like the Malice and Calamity Ganon, and really pushing like just the boundaries of gaming. It's got to go into SS. I'm saying it. It's got to go into SS. This is my list. I like it. I'm already liking it. Triforce Heroes. I've never played it. All I've heard is bad things. If I had played it, it'd probably be in here. So it's gonna stick down here. Link Between Worlds. This is one I played recently. I never played it for a long time until just this past year. This is a banger. This is a banger here. S tier Breath of the Wild? Nah, it's double S. It's my list. Link Between Worlds. Man, this is not the best 2D Zelda I played. But it's a really good one. It's a really good one. Yuga as a villain is very, very, very cool. The shop thing where you can just get whatever item you want is cool. I actually like more of the style of like you either get everything all at once like you do in Breath of the Wild and you just go from there. You're just like it's up to your imagination, your own wit to solve puzzles or trying to get stuff like eventually like man, getting the Megaton Hammer in Ocarina of Time is sick, but you have to work your way towards it a little bit. Like in this one, you get everything all at once, which is kind of cool and kind of not. Like in my opinion, like I think everybody is kind of like loves it. I'm not a big fan. It's like it's okay. Like it's just not. It's not my thing. Basically, just a link to the past, but just more modern. It doesn't really do anything new or flashy. It's just very good. I'm saying A. I might put it down to B, but I'm saying A right now. Moving on. Skyward Sword. This is a tough one. I've gotten way all over the place for this one. It's not SS ever, and it's not S for sure. But it's not like a D or a C. Great story. Good characters. Groose, my man. Groose is top tier character. Zelda in this game was great. The little romance that Zelda and Link had was great. Girahim as a new villain was fantastic. The dungeons were good. Although, one thing I didn't like is the sky was a little too barren. I loved the music in this game. The soundtrack was great. The first orchestrated soundtrack in Zelda. I didn't like going back to the same areas over and over again. Like when I'm done with an area, I don't want to fucking keep going back to it. Man, I don't know. This is going in A, but it's gonna be a low A. This is a low A. I love them. Another thing is the motion controls. I actually liked them. I liked the motion controls. I did. Motion controls were good. It made me feel like I was swinging the sword. I know it sounds corny, but it really did. Especially on the Switch version. The Switch version is just superior. Spirit Tracks. I have played this one. It's a C. Here's why. It's a DS game. And the graphics weren't super great. It's not it's just not fantastic. I don't know. I don't have a solid opinion on it. It's been a long time since I played this game. But it's a C. 100%. I like the train. The train was okay. You know, the certain dungeons I did complete, it was okay. I never beat this game, but from what I played, it was a C. That's all I remember. It wasn't great. Better than a lot of games I played, for sure, but it's okay. C. Phantom Hourglass. I've never played this one. I know it's basically the same as Spirit Tracks or in the same vein, but I've never played it. It'd probably be somewhere in here as well. Twilight Princess. This is a tough one, guys. We got the HD version in here somewhere, which is going to be better. Um, we'll just knock them all out at once, but here it is. We'll bring it up here. Okay, so gameplay wise, it was very good. The dungeons were fantastic. The atmosphere was great. Soundtrack was great. It should have been orchestrated like they originally planned, but it was good. Banger Hyrule Field theme. The actual Hyrule Field was not fantastic, but it was okay. I don't know. The Wii version, the controls are more fun. I can understand that, but the thing of it is that it looks so shit. It looks like garbage. It looks so good for the time. It was like, whoa, my gosh, this is like the future of gaming. And now, like Wind Waker is like came out a few years before this game and looks way better, just because of the cell shaded graphics. It doesn't look good. The HD version, it looks good, but it still doesn't look fantastic. I will say though, Midna's fire. She's great. I like her as a character. The Like I said before, the dungeons are awesome. Zelda was kind of underplayed in this game. She kind of just did a little smaller role, which I didn't mind. I love the story with Zant being kind of like the puppet, puppeteer guy, the lower bad guy. Kind of like in Skyward Sword with like the lore there where it's like Demise and Girham. It was kind of like Ganondorf and Zant in this game, which was kind of neat. I loved the 4-stage fight at the end of the game. It was fire. I mean, Ganondorf, the actual sword fight was really easy, but I loved the sword fight at the end of this game. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be a tough one. That's how we're doing it. I spent a lot of hours on this game, but the HD version is just better. It is not quite SS though. Twilight Princess at its peak is an S. That's as far as it's going. Minish Cap. I've never played this one, and I'm sad to admit that. I I've always been intrigued by the talking hat guy. How you can go small in this game, and I've never played it. I feel really sad to admit that, but that's how it is. Four Swords Adventures. I think I have played this one, but I don't remember it at all. It's gonna go on unplayed, and it's probably a good thing that a lot of these are going unplayed because they're not very good, from what I've heard. I want to play them someday. Am I gonna go out of my way to play them? Probably not. Minish Cap, yes. I actually put that in the top of unplayed. I'll kind of organize them based on how much I want to play them. So that's about where I'm at. Okay. Here's a heavy hitter right here. Wind Waker. I didn't play this one until I was a little bit older. I was probably like 18 or 19 when I played this. I had always thought of this one as the cartoony kitty Zelda when I was growing up. Because I grew up with Ocarina of Time, and then I jumped to Twilight Princess, and then Skyward Sword. And then Breath of the Wild. I never really ventured out to all the little other games. Spirit Tracks is probably the only one that I did play that had Toon Link in it. And maybe Super Smash Bros. Brawl if you would count that. This game is a banger. I love the story. I love Ganondorf in this game. He's very sad man. Very, very, like, introspective. I liked the twists at Tetra Zelda. The dungeons in this game were trash. I will say that. And the sailing was cool for like the first couple hours, and then it got so boring. I felt like I had to fill in all the little squares on the map. And then and then once I did that, I didn't want to explore anymore. Like I literally just wanted to get the map filled so I knew where everything was at, and then I didn't want to go anywhere. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Wind Waker in terms of like the general gameplay, but the story is very good. And it's basically a direct follow up to Ocarina of Time. This one's gonna go a tier below Twilight Princess. B for the first one, and then the HD version is gonna go right behind Twilight Princess. I would rather play Twilight Princess on the Wii than Wind Waker HD. No. Yep. I do agree with that. I agree with what I said. Yep. I don't take that back. I would rather play on the shitty graphics Twilight Princess than Wind Waker HD. That's just how I feel right now. Four Swords. I've never played this one. I don't know. They kind of had some crappy games here and there. I'm not going to lie, guys. I've never played these ones either. I would want to play these ones, though. A lot of the 2D stuff I've skipped. So. But I would like to play these games. Oh, here's a good one. Majora's Mask. I know we're kind of getting to all the 3D games. It's like, oh, you're only 3D Zelda lover. Well, listen here. That's just how it is. Okay, you gotta live with it. This is my list. Okay, Majora's Mask. This is a good game, man. As a direct follow up to Ocarina of Time, more direct than Wind Waker. I was always confused by this game when I was a kid. I played this game and I was very confused on what to do. And as an adult, I kind of know what to do now just because I played it so many times. But I feel like I would still struggle if I just like went into the game. But once you get past the struggling point and kind of get into the flow of things, this game is a banger. It does feel like you kind of have a chore list, just because of the 3 day time limit. You got to kind of like plan things out and got to be a little bit more smart about how you're playing and doing things. You got to schedule things. You got to be at certain places at certain times to do certain quests, and certain things happen and blah blah blah. It's a very good game, but it takes a little bit too much thought process for me. Like just to replay it, just to jump in again. I love the atmosphere in this game. The moon, Majora's Mask, just the whole lore behind that and everything. It was so good. I loved the dungeons in this game. The dungeons in this game are very good. The areas in this game, like there's only 4 areas in this game, which Breath of the Wild, I will admit, the Divine Beasts were not that great. However, they made up for it in terms of how great the open world was and exploring and the combat. In this game, the open world is not like it's a little bit more open, but it's not. I don't know. It's the regions and it's what Breath of the Wild dungeons should have been, and the areas. It like for like the dungeons anyway. Like you got the center, which is like Clocktown, which is like Hyrule Castle, and kind of like basically like Hyrule Field and like the Great Plateau and stuff. There's a lot of similarities between Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild, but it's not as good as Breath of the Wild. It's not even close. This is a tough one. The 3D version, it's not like the HD versions where it's like they're clearly just better, right? Majora's Mask S tier. I don't know. Here's how I'm gonna rank it. I think I'm gonna agree with you. I don't know if it's above. I think it is. I think it is above Twilight Princess HD. I would rather play Majora's Mask than Twilight Princess HD. The 3D version is gonna go a step down. They tried streamlining it and doing things like I don't know. It just there was one point where I thought it was better or like on the same, but it is. I feel like it's a step down a little bit. They mangled the Zora. That is a very man. I'm just so sad that it turned out a little. It's still really good. Don't get me wrong. It is like I would rather play Majora's Mask 3D over all these games. I would, but I would rather play the original over the 3D version. 100%. They did some things in that 3D version that just doesn't make any sense to me. And I think the original, like, polygonal art style of Majora's Mask lends to the creepy atmosphere more than the 3D version does. We'll get to that here in a little bit with Ocarina of Time and how it's basically the opposite. But let's continue. Link's Awakening. I never played the original. I would love to play the original. Probably not as much as like Minish Cap or like Oracle of Ages and stuff like that, just because I played the new version of it. But why? Okay, you got Link's Awakening DX. What is that? There's like two versions of Link's Awakening. I didn't even know that. I don't know. It's going there. But where's the other one? There, Nintendo Switch. This one is a banger. I have only played it once. I've never played. I would love to play this game again. Is it up there with uh the greats like like Majora's Mask Breath of the Wild? No, but it is a great 2D Zelda game. I'm saying it right now. I think it's better than the Link Between Worlds. Game Boy Color. That's kind of what I was thinking. It was like a different version of it or something, like a mini version. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe not. This is tough, man. This is a tough one to rank just because of how new it is, and I've only played it once. I'm honestly right now I would rather play this than Link Between Worlds. But Skyward Sword, I would rather play Link Between Worlds than Skyward Sword, but I feel like Skyward Sword is better for me than Link's Awakening. It's kind of like a toss up between these three right here. Man, this is a tough one. Okay, um, I'm just gonna stick it at the end, just because I'm not sure where to put it. I'm not sure where to put it. But end of A, I like where it's at right now. I do. A Link to the Past. This is the one that I played a little bit later. I was probably like, if I had to guess, I was probably like 18 when I played this. Maybe 19. I think I was 19 when I played this. It was kind of the same sort of thing with Wind Waker, where I played this a little bit later in my life of Zelda gaming. I don't know. This is a tough one. I think I don't know. The sprite work in this game is fantastic. I've got 27 minutes. I know, Sabrina. I gotta hurry up. Um. Okay. This is a tough one. I love the sprite work, the artwork in this game. I I love the gameplay. It's very tough. This game is tough. Man, I love the Ganon fight in this game. I love Aghanim. I love the dungeons. I love the world in this game. It just feels so good to play this game and go through the world. It's going right there. It's an A. Pissed off about the one worm boss. That is bullshit. That he can knock you through the whole tower, like down to the fucking bottom, and you have to climb back up. That is bullshit. But I'm willing to look past that. I would rather play Link to the Past than Link Between Worlds. And I would rather play Link to the Past than Skyward Sword and Link's Awakening. I would. I would not want to play A Link to the Past over the Wind Waker HD. That's how I feel. Okay. Adventure Link. Everybody puts this one in fucking D tier. Alright? I don't think it's D tier. I love how challenging this game is. I've never beaten it. I've gotten close. But, yes, Zelda 2. I love how challenging this game is. I love the RPG elements of this game. However, this game will piss you off. And it pissed me off plenty. It's going top of C. It's not going in D. I don't think any Zelda game deserves to go in D. From what I played. I think it just needs to go in C. That's how I feel. I think it's better in... I would rather play Adventure Link than Spirit Tracks. I would. You know what? Is that controversial? You think that's I don't know. I like what I'm seeing. I think this is not a great Zelda game, but it is a good game. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those games where you really got to be in the mood to play it. Like, you want to get dominated. I'm going to put it back in C. But if I'm in the mood to play, it's going to be a B. I'm just saying, in my heart. But on the regular, it's a C. Legend of Zelda. This one is very challenging. It is the one that started it all. I love this game. I played it a couple times. It is gotta be. It's not like I would want to play this one over the rest of these up here. But it is very good. It's going top of B. I like this game. It is a good game. It is timeless. Like, it doesn't look the best, but it plays really good. The enemies all do different things. You can clearly know where you're at on the map. It's like a little mini open world, like fucking Breath of the Wild. Like, I don't know. I like it. It's a good game. Like, anybody who has never played a video game anymore, any video game at all, and they pick up the first Legend of Zelda and play it, they will have a good time. 100%. It's very simple. You move around and you slash at things. It might be a little cryptic sometimes, sure, but you could easily just wander around the world and just like fight stuff. Like, just kind of get like into a rhythm, you know? It's a good game. It's a B for me though. Okay. This is it right here. The 3D version of Ocarina of Time on the 3DS is my favorite Zelda game. It is my favorite Zelda game. It is the best Zelda game in my opinion. It is the first Zelda game I ever played. I learned to read on this game. I remember calling my mom in to read stuff for me when I was like 3 or 4 years old off of this game. It is a good game. I grew up with this shit. It came at just the right time in my life. Original Ocarina of Time is still SS tier, but it's below these two. I recognize that the game has aged like shit. Okay? In terms of the way it looks. and that's why it is below Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time 3D. But it's a good game. Like it is one of the best games that I've ever played. It is the best game I've ever played. It has been so influential to my life and everything I do. Pinnacle storytelling. Zelda being Sheik the whole time. Ganondorf basically just watching you do stuff as a kid and then coming in and just being like, huh, I knew you had all that shit on you, and then fucking just ruin the world, and you wake up and it's like, holy fucking shit, 7 years have passed, and like there's fucking like redes and shit like in the fucking glorious little fucking Hyrule town, and there's like happy little shit going on. Like fucking no, dude. Like it's time to wake up and shit. Like you got fucking Ganon's castle with fucking like spiraling clouds and shit. Fucking Death Mountain's got this big old red ring of shit around it. It's like, what the fuck has happened? Fucking Dampy died. You gotta go in the fucking Forest Temple and say Saria. Your fucking childhood friend, she fucking died. She's like a sage now. Like, what the fuck is going on? Okay? Fucking tennis with Ganon like twice in this game. It's fucking great. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Master Quest, it's a little bit less. The dungeons are not as great. They're different for sure, but it's an S. I never played the original, but I did play it on the 3D version. So I feel like I have played this. It's just mirrored, and like you take more damage basically. So I have played it basically. So I say S. Four Swords Anniversary Edition. I've never played this one. I kind of made it seem like I have, but I haven't. A Link to the Past and Four Swords. It must have been some sort of bundle or something. I don't know. I don't really care. I never played it. Ancient Stone Tablets. I don't even know what the fuck that is. BS: The Legend of Zelda. I don't know what that is. Okay. Hyrule Warriors. I never really got into Hyrule Warriors. I did play the Age of Calamity though, which I don't think is on here. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to say I haven't played them. And I don't really want to play them at all. I'm not going to lie. I like the way the characters look with Link with this little blue scarf and Ganon's got this long ass fucking hair. Like, it's like Twilight Princess fucking decided to just let his hair grow out and shit. I don't know. Zelda looks fucking cute. I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about those games. That's all I know. Cadence of Hyrule. I love the Spyrook in this game. I'm gonna say top of C. I played it for like a little bit, but I'm gonna be honest, I would rather play that than Adventure Link. It just seems more appealing to me. Kind of matching the beats and shit. That's kind of cool. My Nintendo Picross. I've never played it. Okay, so our final game is the best game. Alright, that's it. We're calling it a day. Just kidding. Link's crossbow training is it's a fucking B. It's okay. It's a cool game. Cool. Like, I wish they would do more games like this. Above Wind Waker, at least. No, dude. No, you're lying to yourself. You're kidding. It's got that nostalgia to it, you know, but it is not above fucking Wind Waker. It's not. Looking at this, Wind Waker is a little low, isn't it? Like just the OG Wind Waker. Nah, I don't know though. Like it's a good game though. I'm saying this. I don't know. Looking at it, I would rather play the Wind Waker over the first Legend of Zelda. I would rather play Link's Awakening over the original Wind Waker though. I think there's a lot of people that say the original Wind Waker is better than the HD version, and I don't agree with that. It just looks better. I know that there's lots of complaints about the bloom and stuff, but okay, let's just go over this real quick. Ocarina of Time 3D, 100%. It is SS tier. Breath of the Wild is SS. Ocarina of Time is SS. Moving down, we got Majora's Mask in S, top of S. Twilight Princess HD, and Ocarina of Time Master Quest. I like this list. I like this list. I think this is a finished list. Tears of the Kingdom is probably going to be in SS or S. But that comes in 13 minutes, boys. I like this list. A lot of it's an A, but a lot of Zelda games are A's. They're fucking A's or S's. I don't know. I think this is a finished list. Okay, let's swap these around. I would rather play HD than Twilight Princess. I may have said I wouldn't earlier, but okay. I think it's fixed now. We're good. We're good. We are solid. We are good. Okay, let's bump Twilight Princess down a little bit. I'm not trying to pick on Twilight Princess, but that okay. Now we're good. I like it. Perfect. It is exactly the way I want it. I like it. It's staying right there. Awesome. GG. See you goodbye. Good night on this one.